that is the last topic under eye, that is orbital tumor. An orbital tumor refers to any tumor located in the orbit, which is a bony socket in the front of the skull that contains the eye. Okay, the socket is a complicated structure that include the eye itself along with the muscles, nerves and connective tissues. In this itself it will include muscles also, nerves and connective tissue. That whole that we call totally we call as a orbit. Okay. Just we'll see overview. The orbit is a cone-shaped bony socket that contains the eyeball. Okay, it is a cone-shaped bony socket and it will contain the eyeball. The orbital content include the extraocular muscles that move the eye, the optic nerve and the nerves and the blood vessels supplying these structures and the fat in between. Okay, tumors that develop in any of the tissues that surround the eyeball are referred to as an orbital tumor. The tumor can be developed any around nearby the orbit, that we call as a, it referred to as a orbital tumor. Next, what is a TNM staging system? In this TNM staging system, one tool the doctor can use to describe the stage is the TNM system. Okay, factors that go into determining the stage of the cancer in orbital tumor: characteristics of the main tumor mass, status of the lymph node in the neck, metastasis status of a cancer spread to a part of the body outside of the head and neck. Okay, in this we have to see the characteristics of the main tumor mass, status of the lymph node in the neck, and how much is the spreading. This we have to see TNM staging system. Next, there is a common type of orbital tumor. The first one is a rhabdomyosarcoma, is the most common cancer of the orbit in the children. It is the most common cancer. Okay, a malignant tumor of the eye muscle causing the eye to bulge. Okay, in this what will be happen? The eye muscles will become it will become bulge. That is we call as a rhabdomyosarcoma. Next one is a retinoblastoma. Okay, retinoblastoma is the most common tumor inside the eyeball in children. Okay, it is the most common tumor happening inside the eyeball in the children. It will affect the white pupil, squint, the inflamed swollen eye and enlarged pupil. That is a retinoblastoma. Next one is a neuroblastoma. Neuroblastoma is the most common cancer to spread to the orbit in children. Okay, it is the most common cancer in the children only, and that symptoms of neuroblastoma, what will be happen? There is a lump in the abdomen. Okay, there is a lump in the chest and the bone pain will be there, bruising around the eyes. These kind of symptoms will be appear in the case of neuroblastoma. Next one is a dermoid and vascular lesions. A dermoid is an overgrowth of normal non-cancerous tissue in any abnormal location. In this what will be happen? There is a overgrowth will be happen. Overgrowth of normal bone will be happen, and it will non-cancerous tissue is then become a it will form in a abnormal location. Next one is a adult orbital tumors. Okay, adult orbital tumors, there is a lymphoma. This is the most common type of orbit. Okay, it is the most common type of orbit tumor that start in adults. Okay, that start in adults. Lymphoma is a cancer of the blood in which specific white blood cells called lymphocyte become cancerous. Okay, in this what will be happen? There is a this is a common most common type of orbit tumor that start in adult, and that lymphoma is a cancer of the blood in which specific white blood cells, in which there is a specific WBC cells called lymphocytes become cancerous. It will become cancerous. Even though lymphoma is a blood cancer, it usually present as a solid tumor in the body. Okay, in this what will be happen? It is a kind of a blood cancer. It is usually present as a solid tumor in the body, that we call as a lymphoma. Lymphoma is a especially kind of orbital tumor start in adulthood. Next one is a lacrimal gland cancers. Lacrimal gland cancers, these are the very similar to salivary glands cancer, and they can be of the same time, including adenoid cystic carcinoma, malignant mixed tumor, adenoma carcinoma, mucoepidermoid carcinoma. These are the, that is, we can say this is a type will include, okay, adenoid cystic carcinoma, malignant mixed tumor, adenocarcinoma, and mucoepidermoid carcinoma. These are the types of the lacrimal gland cancers. Next is a lacrimal sac cancer will be there. Lacrimal sac cancers, these can include squamous cell carcinoma, adenocarcinoma, transitional cell carcinoma, salivary gland carcinoma, and poorly differentiated carcinoma. These types will be included in that. Lacrimal sac carcinoma, there is include squamous cell carcinoma will be they include, adenocarcinoma, transitional, these are types will include that. Next one is a cancer of the skin of the eyelid. Okay, cancer of the skin of the eyelid, this can include squamous cell carcinoma, basal cell carcinoma, and even rare tumors as sebaceous cell carcinoma and Merkel cell carcinoma. In this, there is in eyelid, if cancer is there is a different kind of cancer we can find out in the eyelid. You can see the images also. Next one is a sarcomas. Sarcomas this can also rise in the orbit, okay, and include rhabdomyosarcoma, osteosarcoma, chondrosarcoma, liposarcoma, and angiosarcoma. These are the types of that sarcomas. Rhabdomyosarcomas, osteosarcomas, chondrosarcomas, and liposarcoma, and angiosarcoma. That is that come under the sarcomas. Next, what is the causes of orbital tumor? Okay, what is the causes of orbital tumor? The cause of primary orbital tumor is unknown. Okay, the cause is unknown. In children, most orbital tumor result from developmental abnormalities. Most of the tumor will see in the because of abnormal development abnormalities. Okay, when visual loss or deterioration occur with an orbital tumor, it may result from either mass effect, compromise of vasculature to the optic apertures as a result of the tumor, or invasion of optic nerve by the tumor. Okay, in this what will be happen? The cause of primary orbital tumor is unknown, and mostly the orbital tumor in children result from developmental abnormalities. When visual loss or deterioration occurs, when the visual loss will be happening, deterioration occur will be happening in the orbital tumor, it may result from either mass effect, compromise of the vascularization to the top optic apparatus as a result of tumor. Next, what is the symptoms of orbital tumor? Many people with tumor don't have a symptoms unless the tumor growth in certain part of the eye or become more advanced. In this, the types will be blurred vision, redness of the eye, shadows, flashes of light, a dark patches in the eye that getting bigger, partial or total loss of vision, bulging of any eye, sudden proptosis, a lump or eyelid or in your eye that increasing in size, and that pain in or around eye, although this is a rare. Okay, in this what will be happen? There is a blurred vision will be there, redness of eye will be there, shadows, flashes of light will be there, dark patches in the eye that getting bigger, partial or total loss of vision will be there, bulging of one eye will be there, sudden proptosis will be there, a lump or eyelid or in an eye there is an increasing in size, and pain in or around eye, although this is a rare condition. That is a symptoms of orbital tumor. Next, what is the diagnostic test? In the diagnostic test, in addition to a physical examination, the following tests may be used to diagnose eye cancer. Okay, eye examination. Most cases of melanoma, okay, most cases of melanoma are found during a regular eye. Okay, examination. The doctor will examine the eye with a lighted instrument called an ophthalmoscope and a slit lamp, which is a microscope with light attached to it. Okay, most cases what will be happen? The melanoma are found during a regular eye examination. Okay, and the doctor will examine the eye with a lighted instrument that we call as a ophthalmoscope. Then we can use ultrasound also. Ultrasound uses sound wave to create a picture of the eye. Fluorescent angiography also we can do. This procedure takes a picture of blood vessel in the eye. Fluorescent angiography may be used to rule out the eye problem other than cancers. Okay, next one is a fine needle biopsy. This procedure remove tumor cells from the eye with a needle. This allow the doctor to look at the cells under a microscope. That is a fine needle biopsy. Next diagnostic test will be is there cytogenetic and gene expression profiling. Okay, doctor may recommend this type of test to help gather more information about your prognosis, chance of recovery. Okay, and treatment options. Cytogenetic or gene expression profiling tests are done using a tissue sample removed during either a biopsy or surgery. Okay, in this what will be happen, cytogenetic and gene expression profiling will be there. Okay, next one is a CT scan. A CT scan create a three-dimensional picture of the inside of the body. Okay, it will create a three-dimensional picture of the inside of the body. It provide a detailed cross-sectional view that show any abnormalities of tumor. Okay, it what they will do, they will help that is a cross-sectional view also we can able to see. Next is a MRI. An MRI uses magnetic field to produce a detailed image of the body. It will produce a detailed image of the body. MRI can also be used to measure the tumor size. It helps to measure the tumor size also. A special dye called a contrast medium is given before the scan to create a clearer picture. This dye can be injected into a patient vein or given as a pill to swallow. Okay, in this what will be happen, this is injected into the vein or given as a pill to swallow. Next, progesterone emission tomography scan. Okay, the doctor may also order a progesterone emission tomography scan. A PET scan is a way to create a pictures of organs and tissue inside the body. A small amount of radioactive sugar substance is injected into the patient body. Okay, this sugar substance is taken up by a cells that use the most energy. It will use the most energy because cancer tend to use energy actively. It absorb more of the radioactive substances. It will absorb more of radioactive substance. A scanner then detect the substance to produce image of the inside of the body. That is a diagnostic test. Next, what is a prognosis? In this, the prognosis will be a surgical removal is a curative for many orbital tumor and the cosmetic result can be excellent. The outcome and prognosis ultimately depend on the pathological diagnosis. Some orbital tumor may require additional therapy rather than biopsy. Okay, or removal. This may include conventional external beam or gamma knife radiotherapy. Occasionally chemotherapy may also be used, may also be necessary. In this there is a prognosis, we can remove the orbit. Okay, and we can do the cosmetic result is excellent also we can do. The outcome and prognosis ultimately depend on the pathological diagnosis. It depend on the pathological condition of the patient. Okay, suborbital tumor may require additional therapy. It will require some kind of additional therapy also than biopsy or removal. It may include conventional external beam and or gamma knife. Okay, radiotherapy. Occasionally chemotherapy may also be necessary. Okay, it may be also necessary. That is a prognosis for that eye tumor, orbital tumor. Next, what is the medical and surgical management? In this, what is the goal of management? To prevent a malignancy from progressing to a life-threatening stage. In this, what will be happen? We have to prevent the cancer from progressing to a life-threatening stage and to preserve vision and to preserve the eye. Okay, we have to preserve the vision also and we have to preserve the eye also. To alleviate the symptoms of any orbital tumor and restore the patient to good health. Okay, in this, what will happen? We have to prevent a malignancy from progressing to a life-threatening stage. Okay, to prognosing to life-threatening stage and to preserve vision also. We have to preserve vision also and preserve the eye. Okay, and to alleviate the symptoms of an orbital tumor and restore the patient to a good health. This medical and surgical management we can do. The goal to prevent a malignancy, to preserve our vision, and to alleviate the symptoms of orbital tumor and restore the eye. What can be a surgical management? As we know, the surgical management for the cancer, there is a radiation therapy will be there, chemotherapy will be there, gamma knife radiosurgery will be there, and surgical excision of tumor. Surgical removal of cancer is often the first line of treatment for head and neck cancers. Orbitotomy, we can do the orbitotomy, a surgical incision made into the orbit to allow the removal of a tumor or a foreign body. Okay, to treat a lesions or a drain or to a drain and abscess. In this orbitotomy, what we have to do in this, we have to remove the surgical incision, we have to remove the into the orbit to allow the removal of tumor or foreign body. We have to remove that tumor also. Okay, we have to treat the lesion or to drain any kind of any abscesses, pus is collecting, we have to remove it. And next is a medical and surgical management is aversication. Aversication is a removal of the inside of the eyeball but not out the outer layer. We have to remove the inside the eyeball, but we should not remove the not the outer layer. We should not remove the outer layers. Extenuation. Extenuation means orbital extenuation is a removal of entire eye socket. Okay, in this what will be happen? It will remove the entire eye socket, optic nerve, and even bones surrounding the eye. Extenuation, it is remove the entire eye socket itself. Okay, and it will remove the optic nerve also, and it will even bone surrounding the eye also. Okay, enucleation. Enucleation is the removal of the eye but leaving the eye socket in place. Enucleation is the removal of eye but leaving the eye socket in place. Okay, in this aversication, extenuation, enucleation. Again I am repeating, aversication is a removal of inside of the eyeball but not the outer layers. Extenuation, orbital extenuation is the removal of entire eye socket. Okay, optic nerve also, even bone surrounding the eye. Next one is the enucleation, is the removal of the eye but leaving the eye socket in place. Okay, we have to leave the eye socket in the place. Next, this is a bibliography. You can go through with this kind of book and you can read for the orbital tumor. Again I am summarizing my topic, that is orbital tumor is a different kinds of the orbital tumor. The first one, the rhamidosarcoma. Okay, that in this orbit which bony socket, we know that there is a cancer of that orbit that we call as the eye orbital tumor, and that is a TNM characteristic of main tumor and metastasis. In this a common type of orbital tumor is the first one is a rhamidosarcoma. It is a malignant tumor of the eye muscle causing to the eye bulge. Next one is a retinoblastoma. Then neuroblastoma. It is mostly happening into the children. Next one is a dermoid and vascular lesions. Okay, next is the adult orbital tumor, that is a lymphoma. This is the most common type of orbit tumor that start in adult, and lymphoma is a cancer of the blood which is specific to the white blood cells, become cancerous. Even though lymphoma is a blood cancer, it usually present as a solid tumor in the body. Okay, next one is a lacrimal gland cancer. The lacrimal gland cancer, these are the very similar to salivary gland cancer, that is adenoid cystic carcinoma, malignant mixed tumor, adenocarcinoma, mucoid epidermoid carcinoma. These are the types of the lacrimal gland cancers. Okay, next one is a lacrimal sac cancer. Lacrimal sac cancer, these can include squamous cell carcinoma. Squamous, it include squamous cell carcinoma, adenocarcinoma, transitional cell carcinoma, salivary gland carcinoma, and poorly differentiated carcinoma, lacrimal sac cancer. Next one is a cancer of the skin of the eyelid. The cancer of the skin of the eyelid, this can include squamous cell carcinoma. This can include squamous cell carcinoma, basal cell carcinoma also, even rare tumors such as sebaceous cell carcinoma and Merkel cell carcinoma. These are the cancer of the skin of the eyelid. Next, what is the sarcomas? sarcomas, this can also arise in the orbit. Okay, it will be arise in the orbit and include rhabdomyosarcoma, osteosarcoma, chondrosarcoma, liposarcoma, and angiosarcoma. These are the orbit that include rhamado and osteo and sarcoma. Next one is the causes of orbital tumor. The cause of orbital tumor is that unknown. In children, most orbital are result from developmental abnormalities, because of any kind of developmental abnormalities. When visual loss or deterioration occur with the orbital tumor, it may result from the either mass effect, compromise of vascularization of the topic apertures as a result of the tumor. Symptoms of orbital, there is a blood vision will be there, redness of eye will be there, shadows, flashes of light will be there, dark patch in the eye that getting bigger, partial and total loss of vision will be there, bulging of one eye, sudden ptosis will be there, lump on eyelid in eye that increasing in size, pain in around the eye, although this is a rare. Next, what is the diagnostic test? In this, we can do the eye examination. We have the most common of melanoma are found during a regular eye examination. We doctor will examine the eye with lightened instrument called ophthalmoscopy, and slit lamp examination also will be there. Next, ultrasound, fluoroscopy, angiography, fine needle biopsy will be there. Cytogenic gene expression profiling, computed tomography, CT scan will be there, and MRI also with that we can the progesterone emission tomography scan also we can do. And what is the prognosis? There is a prognosis is depend on the types of the which stage of the cancer. Okay, and that the outcome prognosis ultimately depend on the pathological conditions. Okay, some orbital tumor may require additional therapy rather than the biopsy and removal. This may include conventional external beam, gamma knife radiotherapy. Okay, next is a medical that we have to prevent the malignancy from progressing to life-threatening stage. To preserve a vision, we have to alleviate the symptoms of orbital tumor. Okay, next, what is the surgical? In this, we have to do radiotherapy, chemotherapy, gamma knife radiosurgery, surgical excision. Surgical removal of cancer is often the first line of treatment of the head and neck cancer. A surgical incision made into the orbit to allow the removal of tumor or a foreign body, to treat lesions and or a drain and abscess. Okay, medical management and surgical management is the eradication. Eradication is a removal of inside of the eyeball but not the outer layer. Next one is extension. That is, they have to remove orbital extension is a removal of entire eye socket, optic nerve also, even bone surrounding the eye. Okay. Next one is encluation. Encluation is a removal of eye but leaving the eye socket in place. Bibliography, you can go through this bibliography. Okay. Thanks class for listening.